Wazer just entered Primal Chaos City, it's only been a few days and he's already making a move against Leibo? Making a move in Primal Chaos City, isn't that courting death? Shrouded in Primal Chaos energy, one couldn't see the end of the Primal Chaos City. Within the city, many of the universe warriors on the balconies all opened their eyes and looked at the distant two in the sky. The one being chased, his entire body wrapped in lightning, had purposely caused it to pierce through the entire sky above Primal Chaos City. How? The tall and sturdy barbaric bullman, his eyes bloodshot, raging as he waved his shockingly huge axe, his opponent simultaneously raised the lightning spear in his hands as he fled. The surrounding space shattered, chaotic energy flowed about. In the tower of the city leader's residence, Luo Feng and the group of punks were all pale, they were like a group of ants, and the distant two were like two ancient gods. These two. Luo Feng held his breath, watching the distant space shatter, his eyes wide open. They're simply too strong, Undyings, they're actually this terrifying. The Undyings he had seen before were mostly seen in the virtual universe, the Undyings he met in reality were all restrained. This was the first time he had seen an Undying truly angry, this anger, with just a wave of his hand, even the universe space would shatter. Space shattering with energy? Luo Feng looked up at the surging lightning snakes in the sky, lightning piercing through 10 million li. To be able to destroy a planet with a flip of one's hand, this was Undying. Luo Feng finally understood. Rumble. Within the entire Primal Chaos universe, an angry roar resounded. In an instant, the entire sky and land went dark. Luo Feng was shocked to discover the space cracks in the sky that were occasionally breaking and mending, the revolving universe origin laws suddenly stopped, even the chaos energy flow stopped. In the distance, the two super experts also stopped moving. Rumble. Above them, an enormous palm that was completely formed from the aura of primal chaos appeared. It was like a mountain. This chaos energy palm fiercely slammed down, almost like the sky was pressing down. Under the terrified gazes of the two Undyings, Wazer and Leibo, these two powerful Undyings from the 1008 universe countries who were rather famous and powerful Undyings instantly exploded into dust, just like smashing tofu. The warriors within Primal Chaos City all watched with their eyes wide open. The two of them were turned into dust and their souls were also turned into dust. Chi-chi. In the distant space, the powder suddenly gathered together and condensed into two human figures. One was the bull-headed giant, and the other was the skinny man surrounded by lightning. Their faces were pale and the skinny man shouted, "City Lord, he wanted to kill me, I was wronged. I only hate that I couldn't kill you." The Minotaur's eyes were red as he stared at the lean man and growled. "Stupid." The lean man sneered at him. "Ah." The Minotaur roared angrily. "Unfortunately." With a single thought from the City Lord, a palm from tens of thousands of li of primal chaos energy made it so that two powerful Undyings could barely survive, but they couldn't fight at all. This kind of control over attack power was truly terrifying. Third Enforcement Squad, escort Wazer and Leibo out of the primal cosmos. Lock Wazer in the 9th Starfield prison and Leibo in the 2nd Starfield prison. A low voice with a faint metallic quality resounded throughout the entire primeval universe. Yes. A loud reply resounded in the skies above Primal Chaos City, only to see 5 blood-colored lights fly over. Facing the Enforcement Squad, the two Undyings who were already heavily injured and had no strength to resist, they didn't complain at all. Instead, they obediently followed the Enforcement Squad and left in a blood-red universe ship. Within that blood-red universe ship, Wazer, you're lucky no one died in the battle this time. If you killed someone in Primal Chaos City, you would definitely die. You would have died without a doubt. You wouldn't have ended up in the prison of the 9th Star Zone. Dressed in blood-red armor and carrying a peculiar curved blade on his back, the Undying of the Enforcement Squad shook his head. "Umph." The bull-headed giant roared, his expression savage as he stared at the distant skinny man. "I only hate that I couldn't kill Leibo. So what if you hide in Primal Chaos City? I'll still come in and kill you." "Fool, you still couldn't kill me when you came in? This time I'll go to the 2nd prison, you'll go to the 9th Starfield prison. Ah, let's see how you die." Leibo laughed maniacally. "Die? If I don't kill you, how will I die?" The bull-headed giant seemed like he wanted to swallow his opponent whole. "You're already this injured, you won't be able to recover without 100 years, yet you're still so crazy. Quiet down." The 5 Undyings of the Enforcement Squad shouted, only then did the bull-headed giant and the skinny man stop. Everything happened extremely quickly. The group of youths on the tower were still stunned, while the tens of millions of warriors in Primal Chaos City were very calm. Only a few of them chatted with Wazer and Leibo, most of them continued to train. After all, time in Primal Chaos City was too precious. For an Undying to enter, even a spot was incredibly shocking. They've already turned to dust, yet they're still alive. I can guarantee that the two of them had their souls destroyed, they can't be more dead. What do you know? These two Undying existences have already cultivated to the Undying Body level. Every single cell of theirs has completely merged with a spiritual imprint. Even if their souls scatter and scatter, turning to dust, as long as a single cell fragment remains, they can quickly absorb energy and body fragments, quickly restoring themselves. Undying Body? I've heard that even amongst the Undyings, there are very few who can reach that level. Those two Undyings aren't much, the city leader who made a move at the end is the terrifying one. The city leader didn't even show himself, just a thought. the entire universe space stopped working, even the origin law engraving stopped moving. The group of geniuses discussed excitedly. Luo Feng and the group were all shocked and excited by what happened before. Especially the last time the city leader made a move, it made everyone's blood boil because everyone could tell that the city leader didn't even show himself and he was able to control the entire universe space around Primal Chaos City. What kind of concept was that? All of the universe laws, to stop working around Primal Chaos City, to forcefully stop the universe in an instant, what kind of level was that? It was unbelievable. To be able to become the city leader of Primal Chaos City, his position is even higher than those universe country leaders. In the entire universe he's considered the pinnacle of existence. With just a thought, he could stop the universe space around him. Luo Feng was completely shocked. The city leader made one feel as though he was the ruler of the universe. Yes, ruler. Damn, I followed your teacher for over 60 million years, and I've never seen such a powerful being. Babata's screams resounded in his mind. It's too sick. I've seen a universe country leader make a move. It's terrifying, instantly changing space and shattering a starfield, countless deaths and injuries, but compared to this Primal Chaos City leader, he's still lacking. This Primal Chaos City leader is definitely the pinnacle of existence. I even feel this primal universe is his. Luo Feng nodded. Right. There was indeed a feeling of the universe being the Primal Chaos City leader, and the city leader being the universe itself. Primal universe, there's only this one Primal Chaos City. It's even older than many universe countries. The city leader is the true pinnacle of the vast universe. Luo Feng held his breath. He had the confidence to become an Undying, even having the willpower to work hard to become a universe country leader. No matter what, at least he could see and feel it. A universe country leader, establishing a universe country, not falling after 1 trillion years. It was already too high to reach. Probably the entire human race in the universe, it took 1 trillion years for a universe country leader to be born. The difficulty was obvious. As for the even higher Primal Chaos City leader, it made Luo Feng feel like he was looking at the sky when he was young. He was immortal. The Primal Chaos City leader was the heavens. This feeling of insignificance made one wonder, was that a level a human could reach? Universe country leaders, they've roamed the universe for 1 trillion years. They're all unbelievable beings. In the era your teacher lived in, I've never heard of a new universe country leader being born. Stronger than a universe country leader? My God. Babata was completely in a state of madness. Within the ancient Primal Chaos City, Luo Feng and the group of youths were on the watchtower, looking at the space cracks in the sky. Within the cracks, there were many crystal threads with engravings floating and intertwining. As they watched, they could feel the peculiar ripples of the origin laws mixed within. Luo Feng and the group of over 100 were all immersed within. They had all stepped through the gateway of the origin laws, hence naturally they were easily immersed within. If it was a fighter or spirit reader that hadn't even stepped through the gateway, they could only watch dumbfoundedly. They were all stimulated. Over 100 of them, all of them were heaven's pride, absolute geniuses from any universe country. However, no matter how absolute a genius, there was a batch every 5,000 years. How many geniuses would there be in 1 trillion years? However, ever since the primal universe had humans as a race, in the vast river of time, how many Primal Chaos City leaders had there been? They were all stimulated. These heaven's pride, all of them were pent up within. Even if they couldn't become a Primal Chaos City leader, they could at least become a universe country leader. However, logic told them, even the most genius Bolin, the chances of him becoming a universe country leader was only 1 in 10 million, much less them. Weite LuoFeng, the 12 of you follow me to the 9 universe tablet training room. The black-robed messenger came to the castle and reported the 12 names. Standing there with his eyes closed, LuoFeng was only awoken from his training after being reminded by the living AI Babata. After which he followed the other 11 geniuses that had chosen the 9 universe tablet, following the black-robed messenger towards the training room. The city leader's mansion was vast, with many structures within, taking up an area of 1,000 kilometers. The black-robed emissary brought LuoFeng and the other 12 through a corridor that was about 60 m wide and 120 m tall. On the 2 sides of the corridor there were actually huge bronze doors. Each of the bronze doors was about 160 m long and 120 m tall. Each of the bronze doors had ancient writing on them. Mother Ancestor, Huge Axe, Dragon Travel. In front of each bronze gate stood a benevolent-looking old man. The strange thing was, every old man in front of the huge bronze doors looked exactly the same. There are a total of 52 doors here. They are the 52 Primal Chaos tablet rooms. The black-robed messenger smiled. Ahead is the 9 universe tablet room door. We've arrived. LuoFeng looked at the huge bronze doors before him. The ancient bronze doors that had existed for over 100 million years had 2 universe language words engraved on them. Reaching a height of 120 m, it made one involuntarily look up. Beside the bronze doors stood an old man with a vertical eye on his forehead. He looked exactly the same as the other old men in front of the doors. Lord Candeli. The black-robed messenger bowed. The 3-eyed old man smiled as he looked at LuoFeng and the others. A new batch of punks from the virtual universe company? Yes. The black-robed messenger was incomparably respectful, after which he turned to look at LuoFeng and the others. This is Lord Candeli, the guardian of the Primal Chaos tablet rooms. These 52 Primal Chaos tablets in front of the doors are all one of Lord Candeli's clones. Lord Candeli has been guarding these 52 rooms for over 1 million years. He's a respected warrior of our Primal Chaos City. What? The group of youths looked shocked at the seemingly normal-looking three-eyed old man. The one guarding the 52 rooms was actually the same person's clones. As one of the 3 Primal Chaos treasures, the importance of the 52 Primal Chaos tablets was obvious. For one person to create 52 clones to guard them, just how strong was this person? And he had actually guarded them for over 1,000,000 eras. The Unmo planet master Hu Yenbo had only lived for over 6,000 eras. Lord Candeli. Luo Feng and the others bowed respectfully. They're really young. Seeing you all is like seeing humanity's hope. Candeli smiled and nodded. Wait a moment, the group of people inside will be coming out soon. Yes. Luo Feng and the others obediently listened. What a monster! Primal Chaos City is indeed the training holy land of the human race. The strong are as common as the clouds and the monsters are hidden. To think that I would meet an old monster that has guarded the training room for millions of eras. Babata exclaimed, your teacher is stronger than you and has lived longer than you, but he hasn't seen as many experts as you. Our circle is different, so the people we meet are different. The Unmo planet master was after all a lone ranger. To meet a universe country leader was rare. Even though Luo Feng was weak, after entering the core of the virtual universe company, he had the chance to interact with the pinnacle of humanity's unbelievable beings. Lord Kandri? A shout rang out. Shwa. An ape-man youth with a golden circlet on his head and boots on his feet, his entire body emitting an intrepid aura immediately appeared before the bronze door, bowing respectfully towards Candeli, after which he looked at Luo Feng and the others, smiling widely. Lord Candeli, looks like I've come at the right time, I can enter with them to study. If I was a step slower, I'd have to wait another 7 days. Ah, you've broken through? Candeli smiled as he looked at the ape-man youth. I've successfully passed the 6th level, I've gained another 7 days of study. The ape-man youth said. Candeli closed his eyes for a few seconds after which he opened them and nodded. You've indeed gained another 7 days of study. No. Luo Feng thought within the crowd, the first time I enter Primal Chaos City, I've gained 7 days of study. From the looks of it, it seems like I've fulfilled some requirements, passed some tests. I can gain another chance to study. How to gain another chance to study the tablet, Luo Feng and the others still didn't understand, however they believed they would understand soon. After all, they had to stay in Primal Chaos City for 30 years. Quietly waiting. After about 5 to 6 minutes, rumble, the entire bronze door began to open. The training room within was filled with chaos energy, making it impossible to see clearly within. All of you come out. Candeli looked within, roaring softly. His voice was transmitted into the secret training room and reverberated continuously. Very quickly, numerous figures swiftly flew out from the Primal Chaos airflow. Many of them were clutching their heads. There was a tall and burly young man with 6 eyes on his forehead. He looked back unwillingly, but in the end he could only choose to leave. The 13 of you go in now. Candeli looked at the group before him. After 7 days the door will open, immediately come out, understand? Understood. The group nodded. Candeli nodded, go in. The group of people all carried a sense of nervousness, immediately entering. The training room was huge, chaos energy revolved within. Luo Feng carefully looked within, he could faintly see the chaos energy revolving around a huge stone tablet. That's the 9 universe tablet? Luo Feng was filled with anticipation and nervousness. The other 11 youths were all like that, only that ape youth very familiarly entered the depths of the room and immediately began to study. Only when he got close to the tablet did he see it clearly. This was a 100-meter tall and nearly 100-meter wide Primal Chaos tablet. On it were 9 pictures, and on the edge of the Primal Chaos tablet were universe language words. 9 universe. Each picture was exactly the same as the 9 universe Primal Chaos tablet he had seen on the murals in the corridors, but the feeling was clearly different. The entire 9 universe tablet had 9 pictures, he had seen them before, hence he knew. The first picture was a few scattered raindrops, carefully counting, there was a total of 9 raindrops. The second painting was the drizzle painting. Counting carefully, there were a total of 36 raindrops on the drizzle painting. The third picture was a rainstorm picture, large amounts of raindrops clustered together, carefully counting, there was a total of 108 raindrops. The fourth picture was a star picture, a planet had 4 moons orbiting it. The fifth picture was a star system, a star had 12 planets orbiting it, every planet had more or less moons. The sixth picture was a galaxy, densely packed with countless planets forming the vast galaxy. Even when Luo Feng was looking at the pictures earlier, he had Babata carefully count, however he couldn't even count the number of planets, because in some places, it seemed like there were many planets, however he couldn't count them. The seventh picture seemed to be a peculiar beast. The eighth picture was of 2 incomparably peculiar beasts. The ninth picture was of countless peculiar beasts, it was impossible to count. If the first to 6th pictures Luo Feng could still vaguely understand, he could feel that the first 6 pictures of the 9 universe tablet were all describing the highest origin laws, then the last 7th and 9th pictures were simply too abstract. Luo Feng felt that it was purely a picture of a peculiar beast, how could it contain any origin laws, it was too abstract. However, the 52 Primal Chaos tablets were the treasures of the human race in the universe, comprehending any one of them becoming a universe country leader would be easy, since it was recognized by countless warriors. Then the 7th to 9th pictures naturally contained unbelievable wonders, it was purely because LuoFeng's strength was too weak, he couldn't even feel it subconsciously. Luo Feng had looked at the pictures before, he had seen the 9 universe tablet pictures, however now that he saw the real Primal Chaos tablet, especially when he looked at the first picture, the raindrop picture, his entire consciousness was instantly immersed in it. The 9 raindrops in Luo Feng's consciousness transformed into a limitless concept. Keep in mind that Luo Feng had 3 bodies because all 3 of them were carriers of consciousness. Just like how an earthling's consciousness carrier is the soul in their consciousness. The golden horned beast's consciousness carrier was the soul within the core. The Masha clansman's consciousness carrier was the life crystal. Because the 3 were one, their consciousness was connected. Hence what Luo Feng saw, naturally the other 2 bodies within the internal space saw as well. How? In the eyes of the golden horned beast, those 9 raindrops seemed to have become sharp claws, like tails swooping over, or like golden horns shooting over. The Masha clansman, black-clothed Luo Feng, wielded a shield and a blade. The life core within him revolved slightly, completely resonating with the space laws. In his senses, the 9 raindrops had completely become blade attacks infused with the space origin laws. As the darling of space, the Masha clansman couldn't help but unleash his blade attacks. And the earth body before the 9 universe tablet when he saw the 9 raindrops. However, he could faintly see 9 different conceptions. They seemed to have turned into 9 golden swords that were continuously combining and launching wave after wave of attacks. Different specialties, one would see different things. However, different paths lead to the same destination. To be able to become a treasure of Primal Chaos City, one of the treasures of the human race in the universe, the 9 universe tablet was indeed filled with wonders, the energy and laws within could unknowingly guide others to study and improve. As it was precious, many came to study it, hence there was a limit. The first time one came to Primal Chaos City, as for the future, one would have to rely on one's own comprehension. Resources were limited. Only true warriors would receive 1, 2, 3 chances to study it. Each time it lasted 7 days. Within the training room, Luo Feng and the other 13 were completely immersed within, not even noticing the flow of time. Rumble, the bronze door suddenly opened, the 13 were still immersed in it. Come out. A voice rang out, directly pouring into everyone's mind. Come out. Come out. Come out. Come out. The voice resounded within their minds, getting louder and louder, causing everyone to instantly wake up. That resounding voice within their minds caused Luo Feng to clutch his head. So, the 13 rushed out. The moment they rushed out, the voice within their minds vanished, only then did they feel comfortable. Is it over? The moment Luo Feng walked out of the door, he looked back unwillingly at the training room, however the room was filled with chaos energy, he couldn't even see the tablet clearly. At this time, Luo Feng finally understood why the previous batch was so reluctant to leave. Before the training room, the ape youth bowed respectfully to the guardian Candeli, after which he became a beam of light and left. The 12 of you wait a moment. The guardian Candeli smiled. Luo Feng looked suspiciously at the old man before him, the other geniuses were too. Candeli smiled, this is your first time entering the training room, let me remind you, go find a place to stay for the next 30 years, after which you can enter the virtual universe and apply to enter the heavenly bridge. Enter the heavenly bridge? Luo Feng and the others were curious. Enter the virtual universe network and enter the heavenly bridge, you'll understand. Candeli smiled indifferently, you can leave now. Seeing that the guardian didn't want to say much, Luo Feng and the others could only leave. After leaving the residence, Luo Feng and the others immediately split up and began to search for a place to stay. Primal Chaos City took up a huge amount of space. Other than a few special constructions, all the residences were pretty much exactly the same. And most of the doors were pale white, which meant that the residences didn't have owners yet. Where should I choose to stay for the next 30 years? Luo Feng pondered, I'll choose a quiet place near the center of Primal Chaos City. The city leader's residence was right in the center of Primal Chaos City. Around it were many residences, many of them were unoccupied. Luo Feng very quickly chose a more secluded place. Standing in front of the door, he placed his hand on it. DDD. The door began to make a sound, simultaneously the color of the door began to darken, from pale white to dark gray, and then it stopped changing. Welcome, master. An electronic voice resounded. Luo Feng immediately entered the residence. The first level was a huge living room, the facilities within were complete and advanced. The electronic voice continued, I'm the service AI, while master is here I'll be at your service, whatever you need like food, drink etc., just instruct me. Luo Feng immediately followed the stairs, becoming a blur, immediately reaching the balcony of the 3rd level. On the rooftop, there were also some random notes left behind by previous cultivators. However, there was no pattern to it. Although one could faintly feel some special intent, after seeing the 52 Primal Chaos tablets, one was not interested in these random and messy notes. His time in the Primal Beginning universe was precious. He could not waste it on inefficient things. From today onwards, I will truly begin training in Primal Chaos City. Luo Feng surveyed his surroundings. In the distance he could see some of the trainers on the balconies. These trainers all had different appearances. Some of their hair was already very long, as though they hadn't moved for many years. Enter the Virtual Universe Network. Virtual Universe, Yuxiang Mountain Absolute Beginning Region Villa 1136. Luo Feng appeared in the villa. Your Highness. The group of servants and guards hastily bowed. Luo Feng nodded, simultaneously saying, request to enter the heavenly bridge. Understood. On LuoFeng's shoulder, the fist-sized virtual assistant Babata immediately contacted the virtual universe system to request. Very quickly, a voice resounded in LuoFeng's mind. Identity confirmed, LuoFeng, you have permanently obtained the right to enter the heavenly bridge. I hope you work hard and reach the end of the bridge. Teleport now. Shwa. LuoFeng immediately vanished from the villa. Virtual universe, a special plane space. This space was a vast and endless ocean. The waves raged. There was a beautiful island on the ocean, and there were 52 ports on the edge of the beautiful island. Each port had an endless bridge that extended all the way to the end of the world. It was as if they were going to connect to the distant horizon. These 52 bridges completely enveloped the entire sky above the ocean. Above the ocean waves, there was a faint mist, making one unable to see clearly what was within the ocean. The mist wrapped around the bridges, making it seem like a dream. LuoFeng suddenly appeared in the plaza in the center of the island. LuoFeng. LuoFeng, you've come too. There were already 9 youths around. LuoFeng looked. These 9 were from the same batch as him that studied the 9 universe tablet. Do you all know what this place is? LuoFeng asked curiously. You can ask the Lord Watchman. The 9 pointed. Not too far away, there stood a man dressed in a black star robe. This man had 4 ears and no nose. He smiled as he walked over. How do you do, LuoFeng? I'm the Watchman of the Heavenly Bridge, Bevan. However, I prefer others to call me Watchman. How do you do, Lord Watchman? LuoFeng bowed respectfully. Let me introduce you. The Watchman Bevan nodded. This heavenly bridge was created specifically for the 52 Primal Chaos tablets of Primal Chaos City. As our human race has studied the 52 Primal Chaos tablets for trillions of years, hence within Primal Chaos City, we formed 52 sections. The Watchman Bevan exclaimed. For example, you all study the 9 universe tablet, naturally you're part of the 9 universe sect. And similarly studying the tablets, there's a difference in comprehension. The stronger ones will be given another chance to study the tablet. LuoFeng's eyes gleamed. Another chance to study the 9 universe tablet? After experiencing the enlightenment of the 9 universe Primal Chaos tablet, he had a clear direction for his future cultivation. The thrill of progress was indeed addictive. If he could study it again, that would be such a wonderful thing. How do you prove your strength? It's not through words. The Watchman Bevan smiled. Hence we built the heavenly bridge in the virtual universe. Passing the bridge, the further you go, the stronger you are. On this island, there are 52 heavenly bridges, each corresponding to the 52 Primal Chaos tablets. You are here to comprehend the 9 universe Primal Chaos tablets, so you are here to challenge the 9 universe heavenly bridge. This 9 universe heavenly bridge is incomparably long, and you need to continuously advance through each level. There are a total of 27 levels. If you successfully pass the first level, you'll receive a chance to study it. Every level you pass, you'll receive another chance. The Watchman Bevan smiled as he looked at LuoFeng. Ah. LuoFeng was enlightened. Right. He had met that ape youth before in the training room. That ape youth had said, I've successfully passed the 6th level, I've gained another 7 days of study. Obviously every level he passed meant another chance to study it. However, the heavenly bridge is very hard to pass. The Watchman Bevan exclaimed, punks like you, normally you can't even pass the first level. LuoFeng was shocked. The 9 universe heavenly bridge has a total of 27 levels. The further you go, the deeper your comprehension of the 9 universe tablet. If you completely comprehend the 9 universe tablet, you'll be able to pass all 27 levels. However, this is simply too difficult. Undyings usually reach the 10th level. The Watchman Bevan exclaimed, if one can reach the 18th level, they'll be considered invincible amongst the Undyings. Reaching the 21st level, they'll become a universe country leader. What? LuoFeng was shocked. Reaching the 21st level, one could become a universe country leader. Becoming a universe country leader was simply too difficult. From this, one could imagine how difficult it was to reach the 21st level. And becoming an Undying was very difficult too. Hence, reaching the 10th level was already very impressive. As for the highest level, the 27th, one had to comprehend the entire 9 universe tablet before they could reach it. That was simply too far away. Work hard. The Watchman Bevan smiled. This is a path that leads to the pinnacle. There are many amongst the universe humanity that walk these 52 paths. And the moment you can pass the 18th level, you'll immediately become a permanent resident of Primal Chaos City. There's no need for any other conditions. Ah. LuoFeng's eyes gleamed. Permanent resident of Primal Chaos City? However, passing the 18th level, that was simply too difficult. Those who entered before have failed. The Watchman Bevan looked at LuoFeng and the others. Next, attempt the 9 universe heavenly bridge. Let me. Of the 9 people who had already arrived, one of them immediately transformed into a streak of light and flew towards the 9 universe heavenly bridge of the 52 heavenly bridges. Just 2 minutes later, Watchman Bevan said, still a failure. Next. Another failure next. Failure next. They've all failed, only you are left, LuoFeng. At this time, there were a total of 12 newcomers attempting the 9 universe heavenly bridge, of which 2 had attempted before LuoFeng had arrived, and now 11 of the 12 had failed consecutively. Only LuoFeng was left. This made the pressure on LuoFeng rise greatly. Indeed, the heavenly bridge is very hard to pass. These are all geniuses. There were 3 in the heaven and earth region, yet none of them passed the first level. LuoFeng, work hard. The watchman Bevan smiled at Luo Feng. Your batch up till now, along with the 900 that tried before, you've already passed close to 90%. So many, other than Bolin, none of the others have passed the first level. Many of the others had gone to the training rooms right from the start. Luo Feng had waited for an entire day in the tower, hence it was normal that there were close to 900 geniuses who had passed the Heavenly Bridge test. Bolin is very strong. He passed the first and second level in one go, gaining 2 additional chances to study. The watchman Bevan exclaimed. As for the others, even the other genius of the primal region, Long Yun, failed and didn't pass the first level. None of them passed the first level. Pressure. Luo Feng felt the pressure. This batch of absolute geniuses, Bolin, Long Yun and Zhao Laishi had all been tested. According to the time they entered the training room when Luo Feng entered, Rong Jun and the Menka youth Wuka who chose the huge axe tablet hadn't entered yet. Hence the absolute geniuses from the absolute beginning region that hadn't been tested yet were Luo Feng, Rong Jun and Wuka. Go ahead. The watchman Bevan looked expectantly at Luo Feng. So, Luo Feng became a blur and headed straight for the distant heavenly bridge that extended all the way to the horizon. From afar he could see a stone tablet before it, on it were the words 9 Universe. The heavenly bridge extended all the way to the ends of the land and skies. White mist shrouded the area and the ocean below roared. The moment Luo Feng stepped into the 9 Universe heavenly bridge, Babata's voice resounded in his mind. Luo Feng, I've just received a mail, it's from the Virtual Universe Company. What's the content? Luo Feng asked. It's the points reward rules. Babata said. Points? Luo Feng stood on the heavenly bridge, he couldn't help but be overjoyed. The Virtual Universe Company had many incomparably valuable items, like level 5 spirit weapons were only worth about 10 points, even life fruits could be exchanged for as much as one wanted. The richness of these resources made one speechless, however one had to rely on points to exchange. You may have large amounts of wealth, however within the Virtual Universe Company, they only accepted using points to exchange. There are many ways to exchange for points. Right now in Primal Chaos City, you have one way to get points, that is to pass the Heavenly Bridge. Babata said, the 9 Universe Heavenly Bridge has a total of 27 levels. Passing the first level, 100 points awarded. Passing the second level, another 200 points awarded. Passing the third level, another 400 points awarded. It'll double, after that it'll be 800 points, 1,600 points, 3,200 points. Luo Feng calculated if he passed the 10th level, the 20th level, his points would be ridiculously high. However, passing the 21st level would make him a universe country leader, one could see how hard it was to get points. Luo Feng, the mail also said, you are newbies that have just entered Primal Chaos City, to the young geniuses, the Virtual Universe Company has a special reward rule, as long as you pass the Heavenly Bridge within 30 years, your points will be 10 times the reward. Which means? Within these 30 years if you pass the first level the reward will be 1,000 points, the second level will be 2,000 points, so on and so forth. This 10 times reward is only for the newbies that enter Primal Chaos City for the first time. In the future when you enter Primal Chaos City again, there won't be such a good thing. Luo Feng nodded. Originally every level's reward was 100 points, 200 points. Now it was 1,000 points, 2,000 points. This was a special reward for the younger generation, however because they were young, many of them had only just stepped through the door of the universe origin laws. Didn't you hear what the watchman Bevan said before? The Virtual Universe Company's batch of 1,000 geniuses had already tested close to 900. Other than Bolin, none of the others had passed the first level. Wanting points? Difficult? Let's go. Luo Feng looked at the heavenly bridge that extended beyond the clouds. He squinted and became a beam of light and flew over Primal Chaos City. Luo Feng and the rest of the 12 were considered to have tested rather late. Like Bolin, Zhao Laishi, Ai Chen and many other geniuses had tested long ago, and they swiftly understood Primal Chaos City. To become a permanent resident of Primal Chaos City, there are many ways, but the most impressive one is to pass the 18th level. Anyone who can pass 18 levels of the Heavenly Bridge is an invincible existence amongst Undying, and they all have the right to open their own sects in Primal Chaos City. Jiang Emo explained. 52 sections. There are indeed many sections. Qian Shui nodded slightly. To be able to establish a sect is very impressive, said Jiang Emo. They all have extremely high accomplishments in their respective paths. However, if you want to enter those sects and listen to the lectures of those experts, you need to at least reach the 3rd level. Primal Chaos City prohibited killing. It was a cultivation holy land for the entire universe's human race. There were 52 major sects here, and within each sect, there were many experts who created their own sections. And to be able to gain the recognition of the city leader and have the right to create their own sect, the sect leader had to at least pass the 18th level. These sect leaders were purely lecturing. The disciples under them however listened to the lectures. To have the right to listen to the lectures, one had to pass the first 3 levels of the Heavenly Bridge. If one couldn't even pass the first 3 levels they had no right to attend. 52 Primal Chaos tablets, their profoundness varies. Jiang Emo exclaimed. This resulted in the 52 Heavenly Bridges, some only have 21 levels, some have 24, some have 27, and the highest is 32. Among these 52 Primal Chaos tablets, only the huge axe Primal Chaos tablet's Heavenly Bridge has 32 levels. The levels of the Heavenly Bridge, to a certain extent, reflected the profoundness of the tablet. This was because for all the heavenly bridges, as long as one could pass the 21st level, one could become a universe country leader. It's not that the profounder the better. Qin Shui shook her head. It's extremely difficult to produce a universe country leader. Even though these 52 tablets vary in profoundness, out of trillions of geniuses, it's rare for one to reach the 21st level. If one can't even pass the 21st level, then what's the point of the huge axe tablets later levels? Right. Jiang Emo nodded. Within the 52 Primal Chaos tablets, the 9 Universe tablet was considered one of the more profound ones, enough to rank in the top 5. Of course, before becoming a universe country leader, discussing which tablet was more profound had no meaning. Just like the 9 Universe tablets' 9 pictures, especially the last 3 pictures, Luo Feng couldn't feel anything at all. It was simply too mysterious. He couldn't feel any origin laws at all. Primal Chaos City within a 9-level pagoda. Most of the buildings in Primal Chaos City were exactly the same type of training quarters, and some special structures represented a special status. 9-level pagoda's 7th level. A woman shrouded in black muslin sat cross-legged on the ground. The lower half of her body was a huge snake tail. The snake tail coiled around the ground, and her face was indistinct, making it impossible to see her face clearly. However, her eyes were as bright as the stars, as if they contained a dazzling galaxy, causing people to be infatuated with her. You've come. A hoarse voice resounded from the snake-tailed lady. Haha. A sturdy, golden-armored ape-man with golden fur on his face appeared within the pagoda, laughing loudly. Wu and I, you're also one of the sect leaders of my 9-universe sect. No matter what, you should open your doors and teach, give pointers to the younger generation. The snake-tailed lady said hoarsely, True Yen, right now in the 9-universe sect, amongst the many sect leaders, you're the strongest. With you teaching, there's no need for me to teach anymore. Haha. The ape-man laughed loudly. You and I have trained for trillions of years, there's no use in just training, only the occasional epiphany will have an effect. From what I see, you shouldn't always stay in your 9-universe tower. Back when the 9-universe tower was built, you said you'd comprehend the 9 pictures and reach the top. Why has the Black Mist Emperor become so low profile? Undyings, there were high and low positions. Normal Undyings could become army leaders and lead an army. And the strong could become kings and officials, like True Yen and Black Mist Emperor. They were both absolute beings amongst the Undyings. They opened their own sects and taught the younger generation. 9-universe tower was very famous in Primal Chaos City, because back then when the Black Mist King built the 9-universe tower, she said that whichever picture she studied, she would enter that floor. Obviously, she had already begun to study the 7th picture of the 9-universe tablet, so she stayed on the 7th floor of the 9-universe tower. Let's go, our virtual universe company's newest batch of geniuses. 12 have chosen the 9-universe tablet. Let's see if there's any good seedlings. No matter what, I'm still the virtual universe company's True Yen Emperor. The ape-men laughed. You're the virtual universe company, I'm the Battle Axe Dojo, why should I go with you? The snake-tailed lady said indifferently. You're really not giving me face? The ape-man stared. Even though the two belonged to different powers, their relationship was indeed very deep, both opening their own sects in Primal Chaos City. Back then they discussed their understandings of the 9-universe tablet, one discussion and debate about the origin laws. It lasted for 18 eras. This was one of the great stories of Primal Chaos City. That discussion and debate made the two of them break through another level. Let's go. The snake-tailed lady glanced at the ape-man. Haha. The ape-man laughed. Virtual universe, heavenly bridge. 2 people appeared on the island, the ape-man and the snake-tailed lady. Their pure willpower and pressure made one feel like they were facing an endless galaxy. True Yen Emperor, Black Mist Emperor. The watchman Bevan bowed respectfully. Have the little punks of my 9-universe sect finished their tests? The ape-man looked at the watchman. Bevan said respectfully, this time there are a total of 12 who chose the 9-universe tablet, of which 11 have just finished their tests. Right now the last one and also the one with the most hope is called Luo Feng. The one with the most hope? The ape-man's golden eyebrows creased. The 11 from before all failed, none of them were able to pass the first level. The watchman Bevan said. Failure doesn't matter. The ape-man smiled and said, some people are defeated instantly, some struggle for a long time before they lose and some almost win. This also represents the difference in strength. Show me the footage of the 11 from before. In a while show me LuoFeng's footage. Yes. The watchman Bevan immediately pulled out the 11 footage. As the watchman, Bevan had many things to do like the battle footage of the Heavenly Bridge, he naturally had to prepare it. 11 screens appeared in front of True Yen. True Yen looked at the 11 screens with interest, and the 11 battle videos started playing at the same time. Whoa. True Yen rubbed his chin, stroking his golden beard, his lips twitching. At this time, Luo Feng had run to the end of the first level of the 9-universe Heavenly Bridge. Choose your opponent. You can choose a fighter, a spirit reader controller, a spirit reader hypnotist, any one of them. Whoever defeats them will pass the first level of the Heavenly Bridge. Before Luo Feng was a huge cloud, a voice resounded from within. According to the information Luo Feng received, he had to defeat the opponent before the cloud would dissipate, only then could he enter the next level. I choose controller. Luo Feng emphasized. A black liquid immediately flew out of the cloud. This black liquid began to condense in mid-air, forming a mysterious black masked silhouette. This mysterious man stood on the dark cloud shuttle, on his back the dark golden long rod Nanshin armament, Under the black mask a pair of cold eyes stared at Luo Feng, speaking in human language, "Battle begin."